Good evening. So I'm going to try to deliver this message as short and smooth as possible. So this has been going on for years, but sometime when you're in certain season, you might not be able to recognize it, and sometimes you might even question what you're actually seeing. And sometimes people might even tell you that you're overthinking. What am I talking about? Sometimes people you're around, God will show you who they really are. But sometimes if you don't understand, you'll question yourself. And sometimes when people don't want you to know what they're doing, they'll try to throw you off and say, oh, you're probably overthinking or some sort. And that's not always the case. It is what it is. Like, what you see is actually what it is. So something I am thankful for God for is remaining abstinence on this journey. It was something I did back in 2019, and then I broke it in 2020, and I made a commitment again and almost broke it last year, but it showed like we always have to remain strong, because the enemy knows when you're going through a period when you're weak. So you always have to stay strong. God will reveal, because looking back, like, God was showing me different signs. Like, the enemy will use certain people and God will show you signs. So on this journey, I realized, like, you could ask God for something and the devil could send something similar. The devil will send a counterfeit. It could be a friendship, it could be a relationship, it could be even a blessing of some sort. And sometimes it might look good, but it definitely isn't from God. It might look good, but it definitely isn't from God. And something dawned on me, like I was going through something a few months ago, and God was nudging me to do certain things, and it was a challenging time. And something happened, and I couldn't quite understand what was happening. So I'm like, you know what? I need to go to God to, find out what's this. And I had this crazy dream, right? And someone I call, like, I had this dream, but the person didn't have a head. I only saw the chest of the person. They didn't have a head. So I knew of two individuals. So the first person, like, it wasn't it. And the second person, it was it, but it didn't make any sense. But I had renounced and denounced the dream. And it was also a revelation within it own self. Not going to get into what it was, but when I reached out, Like, this person said, a few things. And I thought I came into agreement without realizing I came into agreement. So I didn't really accept it, but somehow I felt like I came into agreement. And I'm like, because I was focused on what, I was dealing with. But then sometimes that's how the enemy tried to swivel it way in. And I'm like, why do I feel like I'm being drained? Why do I feel like this heavy feeling? It wasn't adding up. And when it started getting crazy is when I started having thoughts of the person in a way like I wasn't even thinking of them. I'm like, yeah, this is a plot from the enemy. I'm like, this is a plot from the enemy. I was like, you know what? I might not be able to conversate with you right now. I need to go and dwell in God's place because something not, making sense. And it's so crazy because around the same time last year, that's when the enemy tried to do the same thing. Now that's a demonic attack. Had I been involved in other stuff, I would not be able to take heed to what was happening. But thank God for abstinence. I was able to see clearly. I'm not saying for married people is different. I'm saying doing stuff when you're not married. That's what I'm talking about. Because there were a time when God was showing me stuff, but because I was involved with people, I was connected to them. It made it harder to make decisions. The enemy is out here sending people to destroy your life, sending people to drain your life, sending people to dim your light, literally kill, steal, and destroy. It happened in males and it happened in female because some guys, a female will come to you, wanna do everything for you, and you could lose yourself. What is it to gain the world and then lose your soul? The same thing with like some guys feel like, oh, you're supposed to take care of them. No, you need a mother. you need a mother. But I will elaborate more. But for right now, my time is limited. So until next time, be vigilant. Because the enemy out here trying to destroy people's destiny and dim people's light. Be blessed and God loves you.